Welcome to the Tradex Foods 3-Minute Market Insight. This is Kyla Ganton, and here's the seafood news for the week of June 10th, 2019. In this week's episode, we review the seafood market outlook at the year's halfway mark. To begin, Pollock has been a steady item this year to date, although with stronger pricing that we have seen in the previous seasons. Raw materials have remained at $15.30 per metric ton, with Chinese processors expecting further strengthening after September. Pollock is fished in the winter months, but plants typically hold raw materials in inventory as processing is done throughout the year. Twice frozen fillets have been in the mid $1 range since last fall, but with decent supply on both 2 to 4 ounce and 4 to 6 ounce fillet sizes. Pacific cod, on the other hand, has had a turbulent start to the year. Raw materials started to drop in December, bringing down twice frozen fillet and loin pricing in the early months. However, we have seen the market recover slightly as supply tightens. The total allowable catch, or TAC, has decreased year to year in the Gulf of Alaska by 6% to 12.4 thousand metric tons and by 11% to 180,000 metric tons in the Bering Sea and Aleutian Islands. Chinese processors have indicated that they have plenty of access to Russian longline fish at the moment, with many plants using longline fish to cut regular orders because of the supply influx. Although Alaskan Pacific cod supply is short, we anticipate pricing to be fairly stable with the stable Russian supply. Atlantic cod headed and gutted pricing has been strong but stable this year in both supply and pricing. Within the past 2 weeks, however, a few Chinese processors indicated Atlantic cod supply is tightening. One plant opted to purchase from the EU directly. Twice frozen loins have been in the mid $4 range since January, with little indication of any pricing relief on the horizon. Moving on to flounder now, U.S. import tariffs on twice frozen fillets from China have caused this species to spike astronomically. After shortened supply and a 10% tariff applied in September, flounder fillets have been in the mid $3 range, a considerable jump from $2.90 per pound the previous year. Tariffs have since increased to 25% beginning May 10th for any product on the water that arrives after June 15th. In addition to the tariffs on products on List 3, a new list of tariffs entitled List 4 is in discussion this month, which would include Alaska pollock, Pacific and Atlantic cod, and Pacific salmon. Tariff discussions by the public are anticipated to be over by June 17th, and the market is hopeful that the aforementioned products will be exempt again. Lastly, Pacific salmon has been steady this year, but we anticipate pricing to drop because of the big year anticipated for salmon. It could be the biggest year on record for Alaskan chum salmon, and we have already begun to see that stat affect the market, with raw materials dropping about $1,000 per metric ton. This usually translates to 10 cents per pound on finished goods. Stay tuned to the 3-Minute Market Insight for all species updates throughout the duration of the year. And finally, our Tradex Live offer of the week is for our Sinbad brand IQF Pollock fillets. We have inventories available in Boston, Chicago, and Jacksonville, Florida for $1.55 per pound. As always, our Sinbad brand has a 100% net weight guarantee. Click or tap the icon above to view this offer. Thank you for joining me for the Tradex Foods 3-Minute Market Insight. This is Kyla Ganton. Buy smart and eat more seafood.